Shalom. Shalom, Yisrael. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakathum to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. It's your brother Gadal from Great Millstone Dallas Branch, and it's a quick lesson. Just gonna get into thank the Lord. He's the reason why you hate it here. Thank the Lord, Yahweh Bashian Washai. He's the reason why you hate it here, man. Because, you know, like we all know the scriptures, Micah like 2:10, 1 John 2:15, right? Right. Micah 2:10 says, "Arise and depart, for this is not your rest." And you know, that's just the beginning of it. And whatchamacallit, 1 John 2:15 tells you pretty much not to like the world, love the world. Right? And the Lord is the reason. Yahweh Bashian Shai, he's the reason why you hate it here, man. Because he done opened your eyes, so you see the devil for who he is, as well as you know your life, man. Your life not really going the way you would want it to, right? Whatever little thing it may be, whether if you ain't got enough time to do this, or you ain't got enough, you're not really making money like that. You're not just sitting here just comfortable chilling, right? You might be always working, because you might have a good amount of money, but you're always working. Really got time to do anything. Really have time for yourself, you know. And the Lord, you know, he does these things because, you know, he knows every one of us and what can we have and what we can't have. He knows exactly what to do to every single one of us to keep us in that state of pretty much wanting to get out of here, man. Ultimately hating being here, man. Right? Ultimately just goes to the fact that his spirits is Yahweh's spirit is within us, you know, for us to hate this place, man. That's why we're vexed, as it says in 2 Peter 2:17, if I'm not mistaken. It's either 1 Peter 2 or 2 Peter. It's one of the two. You know, how, you know, a lot of us vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, because ultimately we got the spirit of Yahweh on us. Right? So the Lord, he's doing everything that he can pretty much to make it to where we just hate it here. So guess what? You're not going to want to save your life on this side. So when that time comes to give up things, you're already in the mindset like, bro, like, I didn't have none of this shit anyway. I don't want this shit. Right? I just want to get out of here. We'll get Matthew chapter 16. Verse 25 says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whoever shall lose it will lose his life for my sake shall find it." Right? And you really, man, we're already in the mindset, man, we lost our lives already. Our lives, the scripture said, man, our lives are hid within Yahweh Bashian Shai. Right? We ain't concerned about these mortals down here. Right? We're thinking about things, heavenly things, man, on a day-to-day basis. Right? We're constantly thinking about the kingdom. You know, what we're going to do. Right? Hell, being changed, new body. We're just tired of going off, messing up. And it's called law Yahweh Bashian Shai that he put that spirit within us to ultimately be that way. Because he could have had you like everybody else. Hell, you was just like everybody else at some point. Right? You didn't have the truth. You was doing whatever, trying to make the best you can within hell. Nah, man. That's why a lot of things just doesn't go your way. That's why you begin to suffer more when you come to the truth. Because the Lord, like, okay, I'm dealing with you. I'm going to make sure you hate this shit. Boom. A lot of shit really started not going your way. Right? You probably was a ladies' man. You getting turned down more than ever. And you're in the truth. But that's because the Lord's trying to keep you in that mindset of hating this place, man. Right? You know, just using that as example, you might be one of the brothers that like to shoot at the women. But you begin turned down a lot. Now, don't get me wrong, you'll get some buckets. But You know, you're getting turned down more than usual. Like a lot more than usual, right? And that stuff, man, that affects us. You know, as men getting rejected, man, you know, it doesn't feel good. Right? Who wants to get rejected? Let alone getting rejected more. Right? But then, you know, Satan can creep in, got you, he can make it to where start putting thoughts in here, you try to blame the truth, but the Lord is doing us a favor. Right? Whatever it may be. You might have goals in like basketball or something, man. You might be I'm trying to get cold at basketball. Lord, just make it to where you might be able to do it for a little bit and you just ain't got time. You really just don't got time to do it. Because if you do it too much, then guess what? You ain't got time to study. You ain't got time to do what's pleasing unto Yahweh Shem Shah like that. And you realize you got to cut some of that off, or at least cut it down some. It's like, damn, I already done play as it is. Yeah, I got to play less now. You know, like whatever it may be. You know, Lord just keeping us in that state of like just hate being here, man. By making it uncomfortable, right? Very uncomfortable for you, right? Just because a brother got money, guess what, man? That don't mean they just chilling, man. They brothers be going through it, and they have money, right? It's like, dang, man, like, shit. You know, ain't no winning in hell, especially if the Lord is dealing with you. Now, if the Lord's not dealing with you, okay, go ahead. You could be winning. You could make millions of dollars and whatnot. You could focus on your business and whatnot. You could do all these things because you ain't worried about the ministry or anything. But when you have the ministry on the forefront of your mind, there's a lot of things you can't do like that. It's like, well, you can, but you can't do it in a manner you would want to because you just simply don't got the time. You're occupied within being in this ministry. Yeah, I remember a couple camps ago, it was one of the Wednesday camps with the brothers. How we was going into just like about running a business, right? It's like you can't really run a business and be in the truth like that, or it's extremely hard to. I'm put like that. It's very hard to. It's not an easy thing because with the business, guess what it requires? Attention and a time. And let alone if you're running it, oh man, it's going to require a lot of your attention and time, as well as the Lord requires a lot of your attention and time. And that's just something, you know, the brothers that out there that's doing that, but guess what, man? They ain't happy with that shit. Okay, yeah, they're making some money. Bro, like they gotta work their ass off every day just to do what they gotta do for the Lord as well as for their business. You know, it sucks, bro. But it's needed to keep you in the mindset of, I want to get out of here. We need to get out of here. Hell, even certain infirmities, thorns that you got to deal with, man. Lord does all these things for our benefits. I'm going to go ahead and get Romans chapter 8 and verse 28. It says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh B'Shem Shah, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Meaning everything that goes on within your walk, if you love Yahweh B'Shem Shah, it's working good for you, no matter what it is. The hell that you go through, man, not only is building you up, but it's keeping you in the mindset of wanting to get out of here. Because it doesn't take much for Jake to get comfortable, man. It really doesn't. For most Jake, man. Give him a nice little car. Give him an apartment. Make a decent amount of money where he's really chilling and not worried about it. And give him a good woman. Like, bro, like that's all that Jake will need. And they'll be like, man, I'm on top of the world. Right? That's all Jake would need. It doesn't take much. Woman, nice car, an apartment, and if you want, and kids maybe, some seeds, a beautiful family. Like that's all it takes for Jake, man. Jake, man, we're simple, bro. We're simple creatures. We don't want much, right? So the Lord, he keeps things like that from you. And if he does give you some certain things, it doesn't pan out it don't turns out what you want it to be. You might get that nice car. Oh my gosh, there's nothing but problems on it now. You got to deal with all the problems. You might get that nice chick, but that nice chick, she's probably not the best thing. You know, let me think of it. You might get a nice chick, but she might not be as attractive as you want her to be, or as much of a servant you would want her to be. Right? You might get that apartment, but man, that apartment, you struggling to pay them bills. You might make that money. You might get the apartments and you might be chilling on money, but you ain't got time to do shit else. The apartment collecting dust or house. It's just so much that comes with this, man. It's just like, and it's called Allah Yahba Shem Shah because it's make you like, man, like you can't win here, really. You just can't. And it makes sense because we're in hell. Let alone we're following Yahweh Shem Shah, so we're partaking in the sufferings. As the Apostle Bar says, man, we come into this truth to suffer. So majority of the time, you're not gonna get shit. Not gonna go your way like that. Now, there's gonna be times when they do. Hey, call out Yahweh Shem Shah. Damn, call out Yahweh Shem Shah, right? But majority of the time, it's just not. And you got to deal with that, and you got to be okay with it. It is what it is. It's called out Yahweh Shem Shah regardless. And what you gotta go through, man. So yeah, it's just, man, just remain thankful for, the shit you do go through. And yes, it hurts. Yes, it doesn't feel good. But the Lord killing birds and many stones, man. He used these tribulations to build us up, being tried as gold in the fire, as well as to keep you in the mindset of not wanting to be here, man. Because if shit's not going your way, you're not gonna be somewhere if shit's just not going your way, right? In comparison when it is. Now these 2/3, shit going their way more. I'll say that. They hit, because they still suffering too, but it goes their way more. They'll get away with more than what you would get away with. And that just is what it is, man. Shit, the Lord's life, shit, go ahead and enjoy your little time here, because you're going to get destroyed. Where for us, man, we're suffering now. So later we can actually see Yahweh Shah and be happy forever. Not everlasting contempt in the kingdom in a new body. I think the fuck not. Let's rather suffer right now. But yeah, man, Lord willing, I was edified. Just, thank the Lord for keeping you in the mindset that he got you in. Are you watching, man? The fact that you're happy about war all comes from Yahweh Shem Shah. Shows that you hated being here and you understand that this war, right, as well as this MLTB, it's gonna bring the coming of Yahweh Shah. But anyways, Lord willing, I was edified. I ended all by saying Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakodash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time I say, Shalom, Yisrael.